Hey guys, this is Felicia Mariah, and today I thought I'd show you how I did my Hades makeup for Halloween this year. So I want to start off by saying that I am not a body painter. I am going to be using body paints today, but I've only used them once before in my life. If you guys have any good tips on body painting and how I can make this easier for myself, that would be helpful.
Let's get ready to rumble!
So when I originally did this, I used this acrylic paint palette thing. It was really helpful for mixing and everything, but when you're using a lot of body paint, it's definitely not the greatest of options. So this time I'm gonna go with like a little bowl. I'm gonna mix it in here to get that color that I want. Hades' skin is a very gray blue color, so I was really trying to get an accurate skin color to what he has. By doing that, I needed to mix together 3 different body paints. So I used Fab body paints for all 3 colors that I got. This one is London Sky Shimmer, which has a really nice glow to it. I also have the same paint in black, and then also I got a white. It's also really good to have a kabuki brush of some sort, something that's really dense and thick and can really soak up that paint that you're going to be mixing together. A glass of water is also very helpful because this is water activated paints that I'm using. So all I'm doing is mixing in about 1 part blue, 1 part white, and a sprinkle of black just to get that light, smoky, gray-blue color. The black and the blue colors are very strong, so be careful not to overdo it. If anything, try to go a little heavier on white. Last time I did this, I put water in the paint palette first, which made it a little easier to scoop out, but I wasn't sure it was the best way to treat my makeup, so I wanted to try scooping it out while dry this time. Now let's add some of the black in. I'm gonna just use just a little bit because it's a really strong color, and that's pretty much all I'm gonna use. So now I'm gonna take my kabuki brush and mix it all together. Using too much water can make the paint really thin, so I tried to avoid that by adding a few drops when needed. If anybody knows a better way to mix paints together, body paints together specifically, that'd be really helpful. So now we have a good color to work with. I'm pretty happy with it, so I'm just gonna start putting it on. So let's get started.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, I've got a bandeau on, so. I'm also gonna get my hair out of my face because this paint can get messy.
Whoa, is my hair out?
There is so much paint on this brush. You can just see how caked in this paintbrush is, which is really great. I love the way that this cakes up. It's super creamy. Oh yeah. You can just see how solid that is. Like, it just feels really nice to put on too. But I'm a weirdo, so. So this Fab paint was recommended to me by a friend who is a big body painter, face painter, you know, really has been doing it for a long time. So she recommended Fab, and I trust her judgment, so I just went with it, and I really love working with it. I started with my chest this time because I'm working with the camera and wanted to show you how it's done before moving on to my legs. Since I'm new to body paint, and especially since I'm mixing colors, I would probably have started out on my legs first, since they aren't super important to have the perfect color, and it would give me some time to adjust if needed. If you're in the same amateur boat as me, I recommend starting with a body part that still needs to get painted, but isn't going to be as important if you don't get the color just right. As you start working with mixing, you'll get a better feel for the color you want, and then can use that on more important body parts that people are actually going to see, like your face and your chest. That's so weird in the ear. So as you can see, my chest is completely done, my shoulders, half of my face, and that was really from that one dip, or from mixing it. It was just really caked in there. It has a really even coat, it seems like. I won't know for sure until it's completely dry. Eee! Oh no, it's in the hair. It's in the hair. Once I had most of my face covered, I was starting to see more of the big picture and noticed that my skin was a little bit too blue, so I think a little more white and a touch more black may help. I'd also like to note that depending on the lighting you're in, this paint tends to look different colors. The same exact thing happened to me on Halloween, and you'll notice it during the final look at the end of this video, so just something to keep in mind. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint my arms and paint my legs and just all of the areas that are gonna be showing in my costume, so I'll see you soon. Hey guys, I'm back.
Okay, fine, I'm cool, I'm fine.
What did I learn today?
Memo to me.
Contacts first, always. I am sure that some people could just do their contacts easily even after they've done their makeup or their face paint. I blink a lot, it takes a little while to get them in, and my eyes tend to water and wash away what's ever on my face.
Because everybody's got a weakness.
With body paint in particular, if I went to go put my contact in, I was wiping away around my eye first of all, and then when it would kind of bounce out of my eyes, because it takes a couple tries for me to get them in, when it bounces out of my eyes and rolls onto my face, then it was picking up all of the body paint as it rolled out, because again, this is water activated paint, so it will come off as soon as water touches it.
I know, I got the concept.
So yeah, I had to wash off my face, get my contacts in, and now I can reapply my face.
Fortunately, we still have time to correct this rather egregious oversight. And this time, no foul-ups.
I also noticed that right here, it did get a little bit, I wouldn't say flaky, it hasn't flaked off, but it has some sort of like cracked texture to it a little bit. And I think it's because when I first put this on, I kind of really caked it on in this area and I didn't spread it out enough. So I think it was just like a little thick here. So when it dried, it just kind of cracked. So just keep that in mind. You obviously want to cover yourself nicely so that there's no streaking or anything, but at the same time, if you put it on too thick where it's kind of like maybe globbing up in an area, just keep in mind that it might crack or, you know, have a little texture when it dries. So to avoid that, because this is caked on a lot, I'm just kind of laying it on in different areas and then I can spread it around. I just want to take a moment to note the yellow contacts because Hades actually doesn't have yellow eyes. What he does have is black eyes with yellow sclera. I did order yellow eye blood from Kryolan and tested it out prior to my Halloween costume. The color was just too light to make a noticeable difference and tended to run down my face and dye my skin, and it just would go away way too fast. So I decided it was really not giving the effect that I was looking for, and I decided to order yellow contacts instead. Even though his eyes aren't technically yellow, I think that this really was a nice touch and brought an extra layer of fun to the cosplay. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my body, let my face dry before I put on actual makeup, and I'll see you soon. For real this time.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
I do recommend if you are going to be painting your feet or your lower body to lay down a towel wherever you're working.
Good.
Because when I did this last time, I didn't think to do that, and when it's wet it does smudge, so it was getting all over my floors, and it's easy to clean up, but at the same time just laying down a towel can definitely help.
Guys, relax. It's only halftime.
Alright, now I'm blue everywhere that will be showing, so I'm going to go ahead and jump into the makeup on the face. So I have this really shimmery silver eyeshadow called Warm Thunder by MAC, and I'll be using this as my highlight. I'm trying to make it pretty dramatic to help my features pop against the blue body paint. I'm using this for the ball of my nose, in between my eyebrows, my cheekbones, cupid's bow, and a little bit on my chin. For contour, I'm going in with black, so I'm using my Naked palette and mixing together Creep and Gunmetal. Going with the dramatic vibe, I'm filling in my cheeks, the crease of my eyes, and the sides of my nose. When you use body paint to cover your skin, it kind of removes any dimension and looks very flat, kind of like when you put regular foundation on at first. So I decided to also add this to my chest, my collarbones, and neck, and I even added a little bit more of highlight to my collarbones as well. So as you can see, I'm feeling pretty good about this shape, so I'm going to move on to my eye makeup.
Boom, bada, boom, boom, boom.
For the brows, I want to keep them in the blue tones, so I'm using my Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics that has some really vibrant colors, and I'm going to use a mixture of these darker blues here. I'm pretty much just following the shape of my real eyebrows because I really have no idea how to change the shape and make it look good.
Well, you know, that's good because that's what got you into this jam in the first place, isn't it?
Next step is going to be the eyeshadow. I'm going in with the same Naked palette again, and I'm just using that color Virgin for the corners and my lid just to make it pop a little bit more. I have resorted to my finger apparently. I'm gonna bring it under the eye a little bit too. So now I'm using gunmetal on the outside of my eye and in the crease, and blending it into my lid and fanning it out. Bring it underneath the eye a little bit. And now I'm gonna go in again with a little bit of black, just a touch. Again, that's gonna be on the outer corner of my eye and in the crease. I like it, I'm digging it. This eye is just nailing it. I don't know what else to do with this one over here, but this one's nailing it. Now, I'm going to use cream eyeliner to do a tight line. I apologize for any scary faces I'm making. This is just how I do it. All right, and now we're just gonna give Hades a little bit of a cat wing, because why not?
I'm sorry, you mind running that by me again? I must have had a chunk of brimstone wedged in my ear.
We're doing a little baby one just to give my eye a little bit more of a winged shape, not so much to give me a wing. The mixture of the body paint and the eyeshadow and everything just dries it up real quick. You can absolutely add eyelashes if you'd like. I'm gonna stick with my natural ones, but I say go for it if you want to put on falsies.
My favorite part of the game.
So for the lips, I cheated a little bit, and I'm gonna do the same here because I don't have the things that I need to do it the right way. But I recommend, if you want to do this look, to get a black lipstick and possibly even like a blue lipstick, because I like to do the two tones. For now, I'm using a purple color that is still pretty dark as a bottom color. This is where I would use blue if I had it. For the top, I just used cream paint from my Ben Nye stage makeup kit, but black lipstick would definitely be better. For the sake of making it a little bit more matchy, I'm gonna use eyeshadow on my bottom lip just for the final look because I feel like it. Oh yeah. If you have blue lipstick, I definitely think that's the way to go. All right, time for the wig. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial of my Hades from Hercules. I hope you liked the final look. I really loved dressing up as Hades this year and had so much fun putting together the outfit, DIYing some of the little things you see here. So if you like what you saw, please give me a like and leave a comment. Let me know what you guys were for Halloween. I'd love to hear from you. And also subscribe to my channel. I plan on doing a lot more cosplay, character, wig type of things. So I hope to see you again. Until next time.
Gotta blaze, there's a whole cosmos up there waiting for me with, hey, my name on it.